What's good, everyone? Welcome back to Simpin After Dark. It's your girl, Ashley Mendoza. As always, back for another episode. It's another week. I got some new lyrics, new music, new topics. And I know I've been doing a lot of solo episodes lately. So I'm so excited today because I have a guest. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm BLKGLFNKS, Sean Weston, creative, rapper, photographer, all around good guy.
Dope. We love it. We've been sitting here having some claws, just talking. So I'm super excited to get into this episode. We met about a month back. You actually were performing at a show that Young Student Loans was also performing at. So that was a fun night. And I'm excited. We're finally here and we get to talk about things.
Yes.
Welcome to Simpin After Dark.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Okay. So for the day one listeners, thank you so much for sticking around. And for all the new listeners, I want to thank you for tuning in. And I hope you enjoy the show. And Simpin After Dark basically is a podcast where I pick a song, a different artist every episode, get into the lyrics and just kind of relate them to relationships, dating, love, heartbreak, toxic shit, how to be healthy and change our patterns. All that stuff. It's never going to be all healthy. I try to not be toxic, but I'm only human, okay?
Only human.
And that's why I'm excited to have you here today, to have some perspective, some nuance. It's just been me on the mic lately. So I'm sure the listeners are excited to have not just somebody new, but a dude.
I am a dude.
Yes, because it's just like all me and like my woman perspective.
Sometimes you need to hear some women perspectives. Sometimes you need some man perspective.
And I'm always curious as to like what a guy would think. So I'm excited to have you here today.
You know what's crazy is like, likewise, I like to hear what women think because like
it's interesting.
Yeah, I've only grown up with like a brother and like my mother. And my mother's from like, you know, the time period she's from. So
yeah, I think all our parents are from a different era.
What I mean? So like, I would love to hear the modern day woman's time, like
yes.
what she thinks.
Oh, that days. Word, the modern day woman.
Yeah, modern day woman.
Is so weird to me.
Yeah.
Yes, because I feel like it's only used for women. Like I never hear people be like the modern man, or like the modern woman.
It doesn't flow as well. Like modern day woman sounds beautiful. That sounds like
So I've been trying to use it because I feel like when people use the word, not even just modern day woman, but like the modern women or modern like women these days, it's usually used to kind of like drag women and the mentality that they have. So I've been trying to use like modern men to be like shut up, assholes.
Because I feel like that's like. Because I feel, honestly, like, I feel like women, it's been said ever since we were, like, little kids, like, women grow up faster than we do. Y'all grow.
Like, we mature.
Yeah, y'all mature. So, I mean, like, the modern day woman is a symbol of, like, a woman that's progressive. Like, she's grown. Like, that's kind of how I hear it and when I see it. Like, that's me personally.
Yeah, no, and I think
you know
definitely, like, these days, women have kind of, like, woken up and learned not to take the bullshit. I feel like the bar has been in hell for like a very long time.
That's
and women are raising the bar, you know, standards for ourselves.
All right.
So like that's what this podcast kind of is for me, is just like telling women like you don't got to deal with that shit. Like there's plenty of fish in the sea, and that goes for men too, because like it's not to say that there aren't like shitty women out there either. So like I just think collectively, like, because I feel like everything goes in waves, like especially like feminism or just like culture and standards and all that and dating. And sometimes it like can go to a weird place and we collectively just have to be like, let's get back on track here.
Yeah.
Like things are getting weird a little bit, you know?
Yes.
Like I think we went through like a phase where everybody had to like act like they were too cool, like they didn't have emotions.
I feel like that's like, it's at the tail end of that right now. 'Cause
yeah.
everyone's like now spiritual and they're just like, everything is positive.
Yes, like let's connect with our feelings and like acknowledge our feelings and get into it. So I feel like Simpin After Dark is a place for that. Like we don't shy away from getting in our feelings. Like we don't shy away from like being simps. I feel like simp has like the most negative connotation.
Really does,
like where it's like you're like a bitch or something.
Okay.
But it's like that's not what it is to me. Like what does simp mean to you when you hear simp or simpin?
I completely hear the negative connotation of it.
Yeah.
And I like that you're trying to repower it, but like I completely hear the negative. Like it's like
it's such like an insult. Like people like simp.
Because you and I both, I'm sure we both know, simping people is just like, boy, if you don't stop, girl. If you don't stop that shit,
'cause
if you don't cut it out, that's how, and you default them to a simp category as opposed to like, yo, nah, you in love, man. You
it's a fine line between like that, like you're doing too much and like you're just acknowledging your feelings.
Yes.
So over here, we like to just acknowledge our feelings and be real. So just say what comes to mind. Just be honest with it. There's no judgment here. Okay. I can't say what the listeners are gonna do. They might judge.
Don't judge.
But I'm not judging you.
Oh, thank you. Don't judge, all right?
Don't be judging. Like, we're out here just, like, being real. So don't fucking judge us, please.
There's no reason to judge people. It's 2021. If you're still judging, you're pretty much outdated.
Yeah, you're fucking whack.
Whack.
I was going to say it's 2020. Damn, it's 2021.
It's
almost 2022.
It's almost 2022, too.
Scary. Hell no.
So many twos in there. It's almost there.
Yes. Okay, so today I have a very... exciting artist, a dope artist, very popular artist that I am surprised I actually have not talked about, I don't believe, on this podcast. I don't think so. Okay. I try to like do a new artist every episode, but there are certain artists that I've done like 2 or 3 times. Like Kehlani or Summer Walker. Who else? Classics. Maybe Ari Lennox. I don't know.
The modern day
classics. The contemporary R&B queens, you know?
Okay.
Or like The Weeknd, I think a couple times.
Oh, nice.
Yes, you like The Weeknd?
I am a Weeknd fan.
All right, sounds good. Yes. Do you enjoy R&B?
I do. Like I grew up on it, so it's just like something that I'm like
contemporary R&B.
I do, cause like the resurgence of R&B, like R&B needs to make a wild, like hard comeback of just like being in prominence like it used to be. Like there were songs in like the whole 90s where it's just R&B and you can like, you know what I'm saying?
Such
like,
a vibe.
Ooh, what's up? Like that shit like needs to come back. Like, but I mean. Are
you a fan of like men begging and R&B?
No, yo, people beg. You know what I mean? Like if
I feel like it's not as prominent.
It's not, no, because everybody wants to be tough and everybody wants to
because now it's like, fuck that bitch. She ain't bitch. I'll call up my bitch on the side.
Yeah, because I mean, those exist, but people beg and you need to. That music needs to exist.
Yeah, I need to see it reflected in music more because it is a real thing. It's like part of life.
It is.
So today we're talking about Doja Cat, y'all, and we're talking about a song off of Planet Her, which she dropped in June. I was tripping because I was like, when did this drop? I like looked it up. Yeah. I feel like it just dropped like very recently, but it was June. Wow. June, July, August. Yeah, I guess it's still kind of 2.5 months, 3 months ish. These last few months have been
these last few months
breezing like, by.
Yeah, I don't know where this year's going.
I'm scared.
Nah, you be all right.
But cool. Planet Her was a really dope album. It dropped in June, so it was like honestly like my favorite album to just like put on in the background in the summer, like pool days or just like hanging with my girls or whatever it was. It's like the perfect summer album. It had like a lot of Afrobeats inspiration and then like some 90s songs. She had a song that she had Eve featured on it.
Really?
Yeah, and then she dropped like a deluxe version with a few extra songs. But all the songs are really good. But the song that we're going to be talking about today is Alone, which somebody actually messaged me when the album dropped and they were like, can you do Alone? Oh. And I was like, I love that song. I would love to do Alone, but I'm barely getting around to it now. And I'm excited. It's one of the slower songs on the album. She's singing a little bit more. That's what I love about Doja is like her versatility. Like her voice when she sings is great. I love like the raspiness of it, but she's also a really great rapper too.
She is. She really is.
Are you a fan of Doja?
I am. I'm a loose fan, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Okay. It's like when I hear a song and I'm like, oh, that's Doja? Oh shit! All right, that's tight. That's tight.
I feel like her voice is very recognizable though.
And that's what I like about it because a lot of, I mean, this might be a little weird to say, but like a lot of female artists have a similar sounding voice, so it gets lost in the sauce. Okay. So like I think that's why like Nicki Minaj pops out a little better than like most people, or like Doja Cat, or like SZA, or like Janae, or whoever, like the prominent artists that you think about when you're like, I want to listen to a female artist today. That's what I'll put on. Yeah. I feel like that's why they stick out a little better than the most. I'm hoping I'm getting picked up on the mic here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah. That's I think why those artists like are higher end than like a you know, like Lion Babe or like a Kaja Benet or like artists that you don't hear about, Janelle Monáe. Like you just you hear about these artists that there's so many dope artists out there.
There's
FK
so
Twigs.
many. Like it's so hard to keep up. And I feel bad because like I want to give everyone attention. Because I know like Victoria Monet.
There's so many Monets. What?
I just realized Monet. That's crazy.
So many Monets.
But I know she gets overlooked a lot too. Like she's always talking about how she doesn't get no invites to no award shows or like no recognition, and she's really talented too, which is crazy. But Doja's great, and I feel like she's been around for a fucking minute.
Nah, she put the work in. It's really
crazy.
did, though.
That's what's like the crazy thing about like watching award shows or anything like that, where they're like hot new artists, like best new artist, and it's like, bruh, like she's been around like in like SoundCloud, putting in the work for years and years. So I'm glad that she's finally getting the hype and just like putting out bop after fucking bop. Like her shit takes off.
It does,
and it's very well deserved.
It does.
Yeah, I like her singing voice, but her rapping is also great, which is why this song is cool, because it's like a little bit of both, like the perfect balance. So let's go ahead and play a clip.
Go for it.
Okay, bop.
Mm-hmm.
We love it.
I vibe with it.
So basically, obviously, it's called Alone, but what it's about, obviously. You can tell it's kind of like her being in a relationship where she's starting to feel alone. There's certain lyrics where she kind of like alludes to like he's not really even trying, but now that she's like ready to leave, he's like trying to act shocked. And she like mentions a side piece. There's always a questionable fucking lyric in a song that makes it like, why'd you have to say that? Like this could have been a lot more relatable, you know? Because I think a lot of people can relate to feeling alone in a relationship and then like having to transition from having somebody and like that being more something that you're comfortable with, or maybe you're codependent, to like being alone and like changing like your whole fucking schedule, like your whole life. But then she like mentions a side dude, and it's like, I mean, well, that's too far. I think like, you should just leave at that point.
But again, you know, with that said, you know, I'll play devil's advocate on that one. Like there are people that exist that feel that way, and they need that 100%. They need that song where they're like, oh, they're driving on the highway, they're on the I-95, like, and they're just like, that's me, that's me.
Oh, 100%. There's so many songs like that where I'm like, damn. Like there was that song Kehlani dropped recently with Kiana Lede. I think it's called Best Friend, and it's like basically she's saying like, I wish you weren't with your best friend, or I wish like you weren't your best friend, or whatever. She's basically saying like, why do you have to be with this person? I wish you could be with me. And it's like your best friend that they're with. It's like basically like wanting your best friend's person.
I hear that. I get that.
And like to me, I'm like, that is crazy. That's scandalous.
I mean, no, because
people relate.
Sometimes people meet, but they weren't supposed to meet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Has that ever happened to you where you like meet someone and then you end up hanging out with their friends and you're like, damn, I should have hollered at you first?
I want to say yes, but I'm a person that plays like the whole like everything happens for a reason kind of character.
Okay.
Like, so I mean, like I think that's like kind of why people meet. Like it's like, oh, you met through my homie and y'all kicking it, and then like, you know, years later that don't
like
work
you think
out.
Like you were supposed to meet, like that's what was supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to happen, because you wouldn't have fucked with me otherwise. Like,
yeah, that's true. That's true. Because
I mean? So,
it's like, how the fuck else?
Well, how would we have met?
Would we have crossed paths?
Because so I mean, we could have been.
That is very true.
You know, in the same H&M.
Yeah, so I guess that's just like scandalous beginnings. But like,
the world is scandalous on its own.
It is. That is true.
So.
Yeah, so I guess she alludes to things like that, and then just kind of talks about a few different things. So we can just hop into some of these lyrics, because she talks about some really good things. Okay. So she says, baby, when you fought me at the door, kind of hard to force what's natural. Maybe you don't want what you need most. Is it crazy? I'm not scared to be alone. So she's talking about when you fought me at the door, like I'm out, like I'm on my way fucking out, and you're trying to like fight with me to stay. Like that's what feels natural to you. Like it's not like you're forcing this, but is it really what you need right now? Because it sounds like we both need to be alone right now. And sometimes I think breaking up is the hardest thing, and
it's hard.
I feel like guys have a harder time with it For me, I've kind of figured out that girls kind of check out before the breakup, like months before sometimes.
This sounds weird. Like, it's not because of anything, but like I've never been on the tail end of a breakup where
You never been broken up with?
yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of been a situation where it's like I need to leave this. Like I've been on the other side where I was like, I need to leave this so I don't hurt you, or I need to leave this because I'm doing something different.
Okay.
But like,
Well, we love to hear that because I feel like a lot of men like wait and they know that the relationship's not that great or they're just like kind of content and then they like force like the girl to break up with them, which puts
which is awful.
Like, that's a lot of emotional labor.
I'll ask this though. Like, okay, so you were saying they'll push a girl to break up with them. So why would a girl stay that long?
Because I think girls like to just like wait or like put in the labor, like the emotional labor, like the like what can we do to make this work? Like come on, please. Like I feel like we're not connecting anymore. And like they want to like try as much as they can. That way when it comes time to like snip it, it's like they know that they gave it their all. Versus just like it's like an impulsive thing or like, all right, I thought about this for one day and I'm ready. It's like, nah, I've thought about it for months now or for weeks. Jeez. Like I've been checked out. So once I break up, like there's no changing my mind. I don't even really have feelings for you anymore. Like I checked out. I tried already. I tried and I tried and I tried actually.
Because I feel like dudes, like they try. I feel like dudes would try to like show you like, yo, I'm out. Like I've tapped out. And I don't want you to be hurt, so I'm going to leave. And then there would be like a clash. There'll be an argument. There'll be something where it's just like, oh, but what? Let's not. And then you'll try to work it out, like you said. You'll try to work it and try to make it fit back together like it was. But it's like it's already those pieces won't be seamless no more. Them shits is gonna be cracked. Like, yeah. So I mean, like that's kind of where how I've seen things happen in the past. Okay. So I mean. Yeah, that's the tricky part. Like relationships are hard and breaking up is hard. You're right.
It is. I literally had last week somebody ask me like how to dump someone.
Oh God.
I was like, like there's no right way. Like
there is no
I literally was I just said like you just have to just be straight up.
Like that's it. I've literally been told so many different ways to break up with a person because like as we mentioned before we started the camera up and everything and like the mics and everything was like I'm a super hippy dippy person. Like I just want to like I'm just trying to chill. So a lot of people tell me like ways to like break up with somebody or like say what you need to say or not do a thing like don't hit that person up no more. Don't listen to this. Don't answer this. Don't answer. It's like I don't want to be treated like that. So why would I do that to this person?
Like they're telling you to like ghost them basically.
Yeah. You'd be like, yo, ghost this person. You know what I'm saying? Dead. Tell them this, and it's just like, yo, like.
I feel like ghosting is only acceptable if you're like not really serious.
Ghosting is not acceptable anytime. Like it's the rudest thing. Like yo, like
I'm like the queen.
Are you ghosting? You're a ghost. No, you Casper. You a Casper out here. You friendly ghost. Ooh.
I don't know. I just feel like I don't owe somebody an explanation. See? And like it's not that I don't owe them. Okay. It's just that I'm kind of like a little bitch about it. And like I just feel like if we've only been talking in like the DMs or texting a few times, like if we haven't hung out like more than once or twice,
okay.
Maybe even once. Then I'm a ghost. Because sometimes I'll just like talk to people like in the DMs and it's like they think it's more than it is. And then I'm just like, all right, I was just kind of bored. Sorry. Oh,
that's so sad.
That's fucked up, huh?
You know what? Bored. You go to the park if you're bored, all right? You go to Whole Foods if you're bored.
But the thing is like, it's not like I ever reach out to people to talk. It's like they'll be talking to me and I'm just like, responding and I'm thinking that we're just having like a general back and forth and then I'll be like all right good talk and then they like keep it going and I'm just like I don't know what to say. Like, I feel like it's awkward, like, on Instagram to be
I'm watching Tiger King now. Can you please leave?
Like, how do you exit a combo on Instagram? Because it's not like, all right, gotta go. I have to do this. Like, you're on the phone. It's like you can always come back and reply when you can, right? So if I don't want to come back and reply ever, I feel weird, like, saying, like, all right, good talk. You know, what do you say? So I literally will just, like, leave them on red or like it or like whatever, because like to me it was nothing more than like whatever. But then I've had dudes reach back out like, oh my god, like I thought like it was something. I'm like, I didn't.
I was painting my nails when you talked to me. Like, I wasn't even thinking about you.
I was just responding.
Oh my god.
But I don't know,
because I've been in that situation where like I've been on a date and it didn't pan out and I could tell it fell apart. As opposed to before, when the buildup was so beautiful, it was like, oh, we're gonna have some fun once we meet up, and then it didn't fun. It was no fun, and then once now you want answers. You're like, wait, we were having so much fun, and now when you met me, we're not fun no more. So what happened? So I don't do this again. You kind of want to know, you want to learn from your situation, but then like a lot of people don't learn, and then they just keep doing, you know, what they learned from like TV or whatever. So it's like, yo, I'm gonna ghost them or I'm gonna do some nasty shit.
And I think it's like sometimes because it was like nothing that the other person did wrong. It's not like nothing that like you need to learn from. It's just that it didn't work out the way it was supposed to. No, and like there's nothing that the other person could tell you like, hey, it was fine, but I didn't like that you did this. It's just like y'all didn't click, you know.
You know, and that's okay. But even saying that, it helps.
Yeah, I mean, agree. That's why I just don't like confrontation. So
does.
Nobody.
Like,
I would. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh, can we get that one more time? Ooh.
Sorry.
Ooh. Hot dog. Yes. Sorry. So
ghosting is bad.
Ghosting is the worst.
I'm not saying y'all should do it.
You know, do it if you need to. If your significant ex other is out here just being a weird stalker if they're being Joe from You, then completely, you know, ghost that person.
Yes.
Don't go back. Don't go sit there and wonder why he has a whole glass cellar in his basement of the bookstore. You know what I mean?
October 3rd.
October 3rd, season 3. I can't either. I want to know how he gets out of this one.
Literally.
I hear you. I'm in. I'm all in.
Yes.
But yeah.
So ghost, that's like the perfect topic for Halloween almost. It's basically almost Halloween. By the time this drops, it's going to be like 1 or 2 days till October. So it's basically spooky season.
It's spooky season. It's spooky as hell out here.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So that was like barely the fucking chorus.
It was.
So I'm just gonna pick and choose some lyrics. So the song kind of is a little bit long, and there was like certain ones that I wanted to get into.
It was thick. That was a thick song.
It's a thick song.
The song thick as hell.
All right. So she says, either we fuck or we fight, but I got the feeling you're right. I'm out my mind. Doesn't make sense when I cry. If we can't make up, at least we try. Okay. So clearly it's a toxic ass relationship. Yeah. And that's when she's like, there is no point in doing this. And as much as it is scary to be alone, it's what we both need. And it's best for both of us.
You know, like, honestly, like, I think being alone is underrated. I think it is scoffed at. I think it is kind of stigmatized as being a bad thing to be alone.
I think especially the older that you get.
Yes. It's not right. I understand, you know, after being alone for too long, you crave attention from someone because it's nice. It's nice to be, you know, attended by or being seen at least.
Yeah. I think it's harder after a relationship.
Yeah.
Like to be alone. I feel like the longer that I'm alone, I get too comfortable being alone.
Yeah.
Where I don't want to let nobody in. I don't know.
Because I mean you shouldn't be alone too long. You should build some sort of kinship relationship, some sort of ship. You need a ship to get on to. And it's like, just to not, because being alone is unhealthy at a certain point. Like, there's a time period in which it's like you've been alone too long, and now you're castaway. You're making motherfucking volleyballs as your best friend.
You think so?
Yeah, because you need to interact with people, and I think that's kind of the like.
What about if you have like friends?
As long as you are
Or you're
communicating,
like working on yourself. But you
that's where the best part of alone is. But
Yeah.
if you're too alone, where now you're like yourself is now like invested in being alone. If
you're
that's
just like
where,
deteriorating.
yeah, now you're just building yourself down because like
That's not healthy.
I think that's why like the quarantine was so like weird for some people because it was just
Yeah.
like I don't know how to interact with people anymore.
Extroverts
You know what I
were
mean?
like losing it.
Yeah, no, they were out here
Introverts
just,
went
ooh,
too deep into the introvertedness.
because I don't know what the new word is, like omnivert or something like that. But like,
yeah.
I don't know, but
Like an extroverted introvert.
yeah, because I'm super
Yeah.
extra, but like I'm intro as fuck. Like
Yeah.
I loved it when the
I feel it. Me too.
you know what I mean. I was living it. I was hyped as hell when that shit was happening.
It was nice.
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful time.
Low key. I was like,
Yeah, like oh y'all suffering.
I'm loving it. I'm like getting into all my fucking hobbies that I've been trying to fucking dive into.
100%.
Like trying to learn to play piano.
You know, like,
let
I'm
me
so
try to
happy
fucking
for
make
you.
some beats. Like what the fuck? I never have time for this.
Nah, there was people roller skating. They were making wicker baskets and
People
shit.
were doing everything.
Yes, there
I loved it. That was a beautiful
time.
time. People
It
were
was a
just
good
doing
time.
every fucking thing that they
They
wanted
should-
to do.
We should have a quarantine. I think like at least every like right before summer and then roll into summer.
Yes, once
And
a
then-
year.
Yeah, it's just once a year. Like instead of a purge, we have a quarantine where it's just
Yes.
like, Duke you player
Or like right after summer.
something.
Because like summer, I feel like you're just like socializing all the time.
Yeah.
And then like you need time to recharge. So it's
'Cause
like after summer, it's like fall.
The reason I
The
said
leaves are
before,
falling.
is because it's spring, and because festival season's in the fall usually for some weird
Oh,
reason.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was thinking that kind of plot.
Okay.
Like you kind of you work on yourself, you come out your shell, and then now you're in festival season.
Festival season.
And then it's Christmas season, it's holiday season, and now you're like, okay, and then
Yeah, I like that.
you know what I mean? That's what I thought.
That works out.
That's
too.
where I was.
No, yeah, but I feel you. Being alone is definitely underrated.
It is.
And I think
It
people need to be
is.
like less scared of being alone. Like it's actually really nice. And that's why I think it's like good to find a partner that can like also like fuck with that mentality. Where like you're both on like the same wave of like we
Always.
both know that we like alone time, or like we're both like this way or that way, and like just supporting each other. Because if you live like a busy life and it's like you're both like working all the time or doing this all the time,
Yeah.
and it's like you have to spend time together, you have to nurture the relationship. It's like where do you get your alone time too? They're like,
It's
you know,
key.
it's
Being
hard
alone
sometimes
is
to make
key.
time to be alone,
Yes.
like feeding those things that like make you happy all the time, you
100%.
know. So we're gonna get to verse 2 now, which is my favorite. I think this is when she starts rapping, and Doja is just like savage as fuck.
She's fire.
She's fucking hilarious. Like she dropped ain't shit, which is fucking funny as fuck. And then here in like verse 2, we get like a little taste of that. Like she's like, you could tell she's fed the fuck up at this point
Okay.
with this dude. Like she's like past the point of no return with him. Like she's like, fuck you, like ripping him a fucking new one. So she says, I ain't want to share my dreams when it involves you, not the man I need. Started feeling like I failed my team, missing gigs for you, bet you never felt like me. So I wanted to just like kind of touch on that.
Let's go. Yes.
That part, missing gigs for you,
Yes.
bet you never felt like me.
That's awful.
Because if you've ever been in a fucking toxic relationship, just kind of how we were talking before the podcast about like people that will like try to like block your blessings or like
Yes.
stop you from like doing certain things that
Yes.
are like a positive thing for you or something that you want to do, anything that makes you happy,
Uh-huh.
because they're not comfortable with it, or not even not comfortable with it because like, I don't know. We'll get into that more. I have
Okay.
something else about being comfortable with shit later in the podcast.
All right. No, well, hold on.
But when she's talking about missing gigs for you, I feel like that's like when you're like fighting so much that it's just like interfering with your fucking life.
No, see, and I want to go. We're gonna go back to this topic, but just to cut the surface, like you should never compromise who you are or what you do for someone else.
I feel that.
There is no reason. Like if you were with someone, like for long term shit, there's no reason you should be compromising what you do or who you are, because that doesn't mean you shouldn't be with that person. Then.
Yeah, like they should be supporting you and
Yeah.
like be happy for
They
you.
they should, yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And they should know like who you are as a person. Like you should never feel away. And that's why we'll dive in like way later, but like
yeah.
it's just something like Yeah, you that should not be a feeling.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, we'll get into that more.
Okay, yeah, no, we'll touch base.
And then she says, spending bands last week while your ass act cheap, lonely at the top while your ass miles deep. Got me thinking that you're scared of yourself, not me. Impossible. From a Prius to gold carriages, middle fingers to you so you see what a whole carrot is. I need an answer, a reader of more tarots. You couldn't tell me that the both of us needed a whole therapist. Like, she's going in so good. I love when she's like being rude.
No, it's necessary. Super
it is
necessary.
And I think that's like right now, like, it seems like he's not getting how fucking done they are, and that's why she's having to like scream in his face like, yo, you're not fucking getting it. We are done. Like, why are you so fucking delusional? Like, you are not seeing how fucking bad we are.
Will you say, as a modern day woman, that it is hard for you to break up with a man? Do you think it's difficult, or do you feel like it's more easy nowadays?
I think it's still hard, but I think I feel more comfortable in doing it, like not being so scared to be alone. Basically what this song is about. Like, I'm not so like scared about like, oh, I'm gonna like miss him, or like, yeah, like I'm gonna miss them or whatever, but it's like I know I'm gonna be over it. I think like after you've been through enough fucking heartbreak, like you know it passes. It's not fucking forever. Yeah. And like I have like raised my standards like so much that like now I'm just, the bullshit that I'm willing to put up with is like
it's getting slimming.
Slim. Yeah. And it can come off like demanding or bossy or like whatever it is, but it's just like there's plenty of fish in the sea, and I know what my standards are, and like there's no reason that I should have to fucking put up with someone who just doesn't align with that. It doesn't mean that they're wrong. It just means we're not right for each other, because there's going to be somebody that is going to be completely fine with what I'm asking for, you know?
Yeah. I don't know if it's been repeated in previous episodes or if you're willing to talk about it, but how many relationships have you had?
I have had 4 long-term relationships. 4. Okay. Yeah. Since I was like 18. So like since high school. Okay. Yeah. High school I was pretty much single all the time. Like,
that's high school.
Yeah. I was single and like, you know, just having fun. Had like a long-term relationship, like my first long-term relationship. Ended it because I was like, we young. I'm not about to marry you.
Oh, yeah, no.
Fuck 100%, no.
100%.
So that was like a really good decision that I made, because I feel like, no shade to people that stay in relationships from high school. Like, they're completely happy and that's fine. But like for me, I would not go back and change it. Like seeing where he's at now and where I'm at now, like there's no way we would have ever.
That's trippy, huh?
It's weird. Like, you're so different.
Like, yo, I really like that. Oh,
like,
okay.
What?
All right.
Yeah, so that was weird for me. Yeah. And then I had another relationship after that, was like, it was the most toxic relationship in my life. The one that like just completely fucked me up like for a while. And then another one after that, that was like, all right, we back in the game, we good. But then it ended because like that's when I started learning like I need to like step on like what I want, you know? Like, if this is not making me happy, then I'm out. And like I'm not going to stay in something just because I've put in so many years, you know? I'm out. And then I'm in a relationship now. So.
Okay. Nah, that's smooth. That's smooth.
Yeah. What about
I feel like me, oh God. How many relationships I've had? I feel like I had like a weird like 2 okay. All right. This
just drooled all over myself.
Turning into a different podcast. Slurping after dark. Jeez. No, I had like a weird like 2.5. I want to say.
What's that? The situationship?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's one of those like we are not on the same page, but we're kicking it. We're moving. We're moving.
Okay.
But yeah,
where it's like not official.
Yeah,
but like it feels like, official.
Yeah,
but
like it's obviously like I can't deny that we've definitely spent like more than the amount of like too much time.
We've been acting like we're together.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It hasn't been discussed.
It has not. Yeah, exactly.
So are you like a firm believer that like if you haven't like said, hey, we are together, then we shouldn't assume we're together?
I feel like that's necessary. I feel like discussion amongst everything is just necessary.
Clear communication.
If you were talking to your homies, to your girl, your guy, whichever. If you're talking to whoever you're talking to, you need to talk to them. Because it's like, if you ain't talking to them, then what's happening? You're just sitting here assuming. Yep. And you're making an ass out of you and me.
Never gets old.
You know what I mean? So, like, yo, like, ain't no reason to be doing
true,
that.
though.
It really is.
That was
so,
one
like,
of the realest things ever said.
It's not. I don't know who invented that. I don't know if it was
but
like.
he was right.
Yes.
Or she.
Whoever. Pocahontas.
They were right.
Whoever it was. That person was right. So, like. Yeah, I feel like it's just one of those things you need to talk to your peoples, like, to understand how to get the point across. Because, like, you step into a lot of relationships, you know what I mean? Like, it can start with whatever it started with, like, if it was a date, if it was fucking, if it was, like, whatever it was. I don't know if I can curse, yeah?
You can, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's podcast-ish. Fuck. When you ask that question, that is super podcast. Yeah, can I curse?
And it's every fucking episode. Everyone's like, can I say that?
Yeah.
Whoops.
All right, good. Now it's a podcast.
And do a compilation.
So yeah, no, if you're fucking, if you're just talking, if you're dating, whatever way you are connecting with another person, you need to, like, discuss shit. Because once you start with just, like, what you're doing, it just gets kind of fucking weird.
Yeah.
Post, because now it's like later on down the road, they're mad at you because you ain't doing, whatever you were doing back then. And you're like,
I've had that before.
I'm sure.
Where I was like, excuse me, I seen this one comment you left 6 months ago on this one bitches and we were together. And he's like, no, we weren't. I'm like,
no, mommy, no.
Yes, the fuck we were.
Oh, no.
We were spending every fucking day together. Like, this is that.
We got
And
matching
he's
hats.
like, but did we discuss it? Was it official?
It's fair.
And, like, to me, I'm like, fuck you. But also, like, he was right.
Yeah.
But also, fuck you. Because we were fucking together.
It's hard, man.
It's a
So I feel like
hard situation. So that's why it's like, just fucking talk about it. So there is no questionable shit. There is nothing that you could be like, well, where we.
Yeah, I feel like it's a generational thing.
It is very.
Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was like the music videos or our parents or whatever have you, but like something happened where we don't want to talk about it and we just want to move forward. And then once the shit hits the fan, we're like, why didn't we say anything?
Yeah, I feel
know.
it. That's why I'm just like about fucking saying what the fuck is on my mind.
As you
now.
should. Yes, you should.
So.
As a modern day woman, you should say what's on your mind, please.
All of us should.
Tell
like,
everyone.
We need to stray from like this whole thing of like trying to like be chill or like we're just chilling or like whatever it is or like I'm the cool girl. I'm chill with it.
Because I'm guilty of being the chill dude. I'm chill as fuck, dude.
And it's like really you're just hurting yourself.
Yeah, I am hurting myself. I hurt myself every day.
It doesn't feel nice.
Yeah, no, this is weird. No, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, it's real. It's real.
It is. All right. So then she says, we're almost done with verse 2 here. But she says, I made you fam when I greeted your whole parents, but later I realized they didn't teach you what no sharing is. I know you hearing this. I know you scared of it, but being lonely better than needs control, cherish it.
Yeah, you really pronounced them T's. You got them T's on lock.
Doja just puts me in like this.
I see.
Mentality. I'm like, yes, Doja, fucking tell them. Yeah, because I feel like there's such like a discourse where people are like, oh, they introduced me to their family, like it's real or like it's official because they introduced me to the family. And some people are like, yeah, for sure, like I'm not introducing you to my family unless it's real. And some people are like, I really don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Like it doesn't mean shit. Are you introducing someone to your family?
You know what? I don't.
No.
I don't want to introduce myself to my family. No, but it's just like, honestly, it's like that I know what that does to certain people. So it's like something I try to hold back on. Like, you don't want to, like, would you introduce, like, imagine introducing, like, a random person to your peoples. Not even, like, you're not even kicking it. And you're just like, this is
I feel
Joshua.
like it just puts too much pressure on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, they already start assuming. The whole family start assuming. Like, who's Joshua? why you do, who?
And then Joshua is like,
Joshua
so we're
is
official.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, why I met everybody.
Serious.
Yeah, so you don't want Joshua to come to the fucking family cookout.
Yeah, so you got to be careful because some people
careful.
are very family oriented and
So,
like they'll like read that as like, all right, we're taking it to the next level. And some people are very nonchalant about that and like they're like, no, I introduce everyone to my family. What do you mean? I love my family. You just
happen to be here.
Yeah.
And auntie and grandma were here. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Like it was just coincidental. Or situational.
I didn't introduce you. I didn't mean to, but if I didn't, I wouldn't end up hearing about this until 3 Thanksgivings ago.
Exactly. So I think everyone just needs to like be careful. Don't read too much into things.
You gotta know you gotta talk about it. Like honestly, like real talk.
Does this mean something?
Recently, like this is probably like in the last month, love languages. Love languages play I think that helps more than zodiacs. I think that helps more than just attraction. I think that helps more than anything. Like, if you know how somebody responds to some shit, then you know how to, like, present yourself to another person. And I think that's kind of like, I'm looking right down the camera. If you are dating someone and this is fresh, even if it's late, just find out their love languages.
Take that test.
Just say that. Just ask them, yo, what's your love language? Just say that.
And there's a test you can take online to like find out. Online. Yeah.
I didn't even know that. You can take it online.
Yeah. It like will tell you like the rank of them, like how many, like percentage wise, it'll like break it down. Like 50, like 30, 20, like whatever it is, you know. But if you're trying to get specific as fuck with it, because it is important. I've talked about love languages a lot. Just because like sometimes even if you know yours, like you try to show other people love in your language and they're not picking up on it because their language is completely different. Mine has changed a lot.
Really?
I feel like it does change a lot. Like it's quality time for sure. Like physical touch. Okay. Acts of service. It's all of them.
Oh shit. I am love language.
It's all of them. I need to feel them all. But like for me, like gift giving used to be like literally I got 0 points the first time I took the test. It was like 8 years ago. Okay. Now I appreciate it so much more and it means so much more to me. Just because I like realize like working for your money and like time equals money. So like if you're spending your hard-earned money on me, that shows me a lot. And I'm like, that is so sweet. Like that you worked this many hours like, you know, this. And you like gave me a gift with that money. Yeah, like it's just really sweet. It's kind of goes hand in hand, I think, with quality time. Because like time is money and you could be working or doing whatever you're doing and you're spending your time with me. Okay. You know, it kind of goes hand in hand to me. So those two to me and like, acts of service, just because I love people doing shit for me. So like,
not gonna lie, you sound like a brat. You sound bratty. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, geez.
Maybe.
It's all good. It's all good.
What's your?
It's mine. I just like words of affirmation. I think it took me a minute. Like it was really like it was some counter talk with my roommate and my old roommate, my ex roommate, or whatever you want to call it. I was sitting there. We were just talking to just like. They had told me like, yo, like you like to be like told like you're doing a good job, and it was just like,
hear it.
Wait a minute, you right?
And that's so important.
It is because it's just like you never know. Like honestly, like that's kind of once he said that, it clicked in, and it was just like you right, my boy. Like
because then it's like you're always gonna like. Be looking for those words and the other person doesn't know that you're looking for them, so you're just like constantly like being let down or like feeling like you're not good enough. Or you
start doing dumb shit like, yo, tell me how great I am, and it's like nope.
So like they're all valid, like they all like I feel like gift giving, I used to feel like it was like a shallow thing and like it still kind of is perceived that way. But like every single love language like may seem weird to somebody that's like, I don't get it. Like words of affirmation, people are like, "What's your ego?" You know? They're like, no, exactly. Like they're all fucking valid. Like they all mean something, and like you can look at all of them and find a way to like understand like why somebody has that as their love language. So
true.
Research
is key.
So it's pretty much the song. Shout out Doja.
She's great.
Queen.
What's her real name? Like Bezekel or something? No, that's Cardi B. She got some wild ass.
It's like
it's a
Harry
spell.
Potter
It's
spell.
definitely a spell. Yeah,
BLKGLFNKS.
it is. I think it's the LGBTQ like combination. I think that's how you spell it.
It's like a BLKGLFNKS, Alcalazar.
Something like that. Yeah, it's
like
something wild.
Doja, I don't even know her name.
It's probably like something mad easy, like Kelly
I love
Clarkson.
her, but she's a Libra, so
yeah?
it's almost Libra. It is Libra season.
Is it? Sure. Shout out to all the Libras.
Shout out the Libras.
If you're watching this right now and you're a Libra, you get 12. Go to the bank and get $10 out. All right, just go.
10 points for the Libras.
Just go.
That's so cool that like we picked Doja and
Nah.
Libra, and I didn't even fucking realize.
Everything happens for a reason.
Astrology
Vibes.
I love it. Which you said you have Libra in your chart, right?
There is some Libra in there.
Where is it?
It's in my rising sign.
Oh, you're rising.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about yours? What's your chart? What's happening?
I'm a Virgo.
Okay.
Sun and moon.
Oh, were you double Virgo?
Mm-hmm.
Double Virged?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
And Aries rising.
Oh, okay.
So we were all just like clicking because you said you're a Aries
Yeah.
sun, right? And then
Yeah,
April was in here. She's an Aries sun.
yeah.
We're like Aries gang.
I should have known when her name was April.
I know. There was nothing to it other than that's when she was born. And if you know her, she's a Aries T.
Yeah,
like
she
the
lit
ultimate go-getter,
That's awesome.
like hard worker. Like, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, shout out April, shout out Nightshade Collective, shout out Wild 7 Studios, all that. And shout out the Libras once again. I have a Libra Mars, so Libra gang. And my whole chart, man.
You know your
I have
whole
a
chart?
Leo, yeah, I have a Leo stellium.
Oh,
so
no, you went too far. I only know the big three, and
Big
then after
three?
that,
Okay. Well,
yeah,
we'll find out. We'll find out.
Okay, all
It's so interesting. It's fun.
Okay, yeah.
So kind of how we were talking about earlier, dating
Yes.
styles.
Okay.
I mentioned habitual.
You did.
What was it called? Habitual monogamy.
Yes.
Yeah. So where I'm just like either, like nothing can be like just dating for me. I don't like to just date. It just kind of always, as much as I'm like, we're going to take it slow, be chill. It just ends up in a relationship. And like for me, it's because like I can't just casually date because I'm never interested enough in somebody to just casually date or give it a shot. Like if I'm going to give it a shot with someone, it's because I've been plotting and I see you and I want you and I fucking like you.
Oh my.
So we're going to be together and it is what it is.
Oh. you out here just setting up traps, just pitfalls and such.
It's not even traps. But I just like, to me, I feel like guys don't really realize that usually you got picked by the girl. Like if you think you picked the girl, no, you didn't. She wanted you before you wanted her.
See, so I'm gonna say this. I am the outlier. Like I'm a dude who's on the outside who just be like, oh my god, somebody likes me. So like, if a girl likes me, I know that. I can already tell that it's like, oh, you liked me. Because there's no one else. Like, none of y'all like me. Like,
but that's like the best way to make it work, I feel like.
No. When a girl, like, it's nice.
But I think it's cooler when like you let the guy think that they picked you and let them pursue you.
Oh, y'all doing some different shit over here. Y'all doing,
like, you know,
y'all doing like double math
it's
over
for
here.
their ego.
You
Guys like to feel, I feel like guys like to feel like they did it.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's what y'all doing over here. We still on some ABC shit.
Yeah.
And y'all working on some.
Because like I feel like guys are scandalous and like they like the chase. Like that's like the fucking stereotype, right? The guys like the chase.
Wait, why do you say guys are scandalous though?
Cause like if a guy goes after you, that's why there's a whole thing where like if you sleep with a guy on the first date, like he's not gonna like you because you're too easy because the chase is over.
See, I feel like that's antiquated.
It is, but it's not.
Really?
Like you would be surprised how many guys out there still give a fuck about body counts and how easy you are.
See, because I don't care.
Yeah, because you're a fucking real man. You're not a fucking little bitch.
I'll sit up straight now.
It's literally only little fucking bitch boys like that care about bodies, like your body count, and whether a girl has sex with you on the first date. Like it's men that like view it as like a hunt. It's fucking weird.
All on the mic.
Shout out the ambulance.
Yo, y'all saving lives. Thank you, ambulances. All the ambulances.
Yes. So, what would you consider your dating style then? Because you know we got like polyamorous or like monogamous, but like open relationships. So like that for me, like I learned, I did an episode about that, And it's like, polyamorous is like where you can be like in a throuple or
Right.
whatever it is. And then there's open relationships where it's like you could be in like a monogamous relationship technically, where it's just you and one person, but you guys can go hook up with whoever on the side. But it's mostly just physical. You don't really form like the emotional bond. It's just like you're not going to like deny your urges or whatever.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, it's like y'all are a unit. And then, like, so there's casual daters, people that like to just fucking casually date, but not turn it into anything serious.
See,
Situationship
keep
people.
going. What is that one? What's that
Situationship is people that are, like, basically in a relationship, but, like, they have commitment issues and they don't want to fucking call it what it is, a relationship.
Okay, that sounds bad. I was gonna go with that one, but that sounds awful. That sounds really bad. You don't want to fucking do no shit.
It's just, I guess, misleading if it's not communicated to the other person.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like that's kind of where I'm at with it. Because I'm just like,
so you just don't like to put a label on it.
I don't. As mentioned earlier, prior to the cameras rolling, I really don't like the label of things. Like I just all around, like I don't label nothing for me. Just fuck, man. Like, because you sit here and you label a relationship, and it just turns this thing into just a thing, and now it's a whole thing.
Do you feel like you're just gonna change your mind and you like can't back out now because you're in too deep, or like
Too deep.
Why?
No, I think my thing is just like at this current point in time for me, like to speak in this point right now, the now, I'm not where you are at for what you want. I want to see the world. I want to see different people. So
you know that you can't fully commit or give somebody what they would expect out of a relationship.
I want to say confidently right now at this point in time, yes, I can't commit to what.
Okay.
Yeah. But who knows? I might walk out of this motherfucking building right now and meet like.
That's what people say all the time.
You know what I mean? Because that's real.
They're not ready. They're just not ready to be in something with you.
And you never know. Like,
which is a little controversial because I think sometimes people like really just know like I don't want something right now, and like it has nothing to do with the other person.
Like one time I had this situation that happened where I was like in the mix of this thing. Like it sounds really vague, but it was just like I was out here just like I was out here effing and jeffing, just straight up just smashing and bashing. And then, like, when I got home, I thought about a certain person.
Like a different person?
Yeah. Like, it was just like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, as soon as I got home, it was just like, oh, my God. Like, I miss you. Aww. You know? And it was just like.
He was out here simping.
I was out here
simping hours.
After dark. Roll credits. No, but, yeah. And that's what happened. And it's just like. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's feelings. Like, how deep can I wouldn't think that after I was out here effing and jeffing. I could have just been like, you know what I mean?
Sometimes when you're effing and jeffing, it's just like there to cover up your real feelings that you're not ready to face.
Maybe.
I've been there.
Yeah?
Yeah, hell yeah. Where you're just like, after like bad breakups, and you're just like, I don't want to deal with this now.
I feel like breakups are just such a bad time. I feel like you should get like a badge for when you break up with somebody, so like everyone knows what's happening. It's just like, oh, they're in a breakup mode. They got the enamel pin of breakup on. Like them.
Sometimes you can tell when people are like freshly broken up with or out of a relationship, and it's like pretty funny because like you just want to like live your life. Okay. But some people are out here just like doing the most, like, and you can tell like they're just out. I love it. I love that for them because it's like you got to do what's going to help you get through it, but eventually you're going to have to deal with those feelings.
Yeah.
And that's probably going to require you not being out like that. Yeah. Like you got to sit there and be with yourself alone.
Mm-hmm. Got to be alone. Alone, again, going circling back.
Yup.
It's key, man.
Exactly.
It's key as shit.
All right, so now I want to talk about that one thing I sent you. So this girl hit me up.
Yes.
On Instagram. She sent me something. I had a screenshot that I'm just going to basically summarize because it was a little long. Basically, the general topic of it, and I don't know if I've touched on it. I know I do want to talk about it in an episode coming up that I have planned about like wedding culture, and I have one planned about marriage also. So I'll probably go more in depth. But since she asked, and I was like, this is a good topic. And since I got a dude on, I can get his opinion on it too, you know? Because if it's just me, like, it's just me and my opinion going in. So let's talk about it. She said that her boyfriend is going to a bachelor party soon.
A pasta party.
A pasta party.
Why are you at the pasta party? What the fuck?
Bachelor party soon. And that she knows that there's going to be nude girls there, obviously, so strippers.
Yes.
And that it makes her very uncomfortable and that she's communicated it to him before. But she's, like, scared to kind of tell him, like, no, don't go. She doesn't want to ask him to not go because she feels like I should just trust him, basically, right?
Yeah.
Like, I should just trust him to not do anything. And I know he won't do anything, but it still just makes me very uncomfortable that he's going to be around a bunch of nude women. Mm-hmm. So, like, what should I do? I don't know what to do. Yeah.
Okay.
So, you want to go first or should I go first?
Ladies first.
Okay.
I'm a gentleman.
I feel the exact same way.
Okay.
I would not feel comfortable with that. Like, I've told my boyfriend before, like, you should not be needing to go to strip clubs. And I don't get it. I don't understand the need. For me, a big part of it is like, why are you throwing your money on a naked bitch when you have me?
Damn.
Give me your money.
Oh.
You want me to get naked and shake my ass for you? You want to put my butthole on your nose? I'll do it. Because these strippers are going above and beyond sometimes.
You hear that guy? Get that butthole on your nose, my boy.
Like,
go
like,
ask her about the butthole.
I am on stripper talk. Like, on TikTok, there's, like, sections of TikTok. You know how we were talking about, like, there's, Twitter After Dark, whatever. Yes. Finance Twitter. Lunch,
sections.
Dinner or lunch with Jay-Z, Twitter,
and
whatever.
You don't take the lunch.
Don't
take the lunch. He's a human.
Just take the money. He's not going to make you rich by one
freedom
lunch.
Yeah. Fuck going rich, grind broke.
So, so same thing on Twitter. Same concept. Yes. Stripper talk. I like watch their TikToks talking about like, I made all this money. And I'm just like, damn, if only I had an ass, I would be a stripper.
I've been to strip clubs. You know, you don't need to ask. All right.
Yeah, that's what my boyfriend said.
Yeah, I'm not telling you to strip, but like, you know. Yeah. You don't need an ass. Like, you just know how to move.
Guys are into, like, whatever. Like, there's somebody for everybody.
There is somebody.
Like, there's an audience for everybody.
There is someone for everyone in a strip club.
But
yes, I digress.
I digress. I love that word. So, anyway, yeah. So, I get it because these strippers talk about how guys in, like, bachelor parties are, like, the worst. Like, they are disgusting. They make these strippers want to never be in a relationship ever because these men are horrible.
Oh, jeez.
Like, married men are the worst and bachelor parties are the worst. Okay. Because they talk about how they have no boundaries. They be asking for the most shit out of all the men. Oh, they just be in there complaining about their wives and, like, cheating, doing the most. Like, it's not like you're just up on the pole. Sometimes it's, like, the homies that are like, oh, he's getting married. Come give him a dance. We'll pay for a private dance. Yes. And things can go too far. And I think when you're, like, fucking horny, you got a boner and you got a bitch's ass in your face, titties in your face, like, you're not thinking straight. And, like, that's obviously on the person to cheat or not. But to me, the question of, like, I should just trust him, that's out the window because I trust you to not be around naked women.
Okay.
So we're beyond trust at that point, and I don't think you need to be in that situation.
So you feel like it's the nudity that brings that problem?
It's you giving your money to another woman, whether she's naked or not. Okay. Even if you bought a bitch another snack. Why are you doing that?
Cheez-Its.
She don't got a man. She don't got her own money. She don't got 75 cents for the vending machine.
No girl gets Cheez-Its. No girl gets Doritos. Oh, damn. All right. Well.
So for me, I'm like, no. Like, I wouldn't, like, want my man to go to a bachelor party where they're, like, at a strip club, whether it's his or a friend's or nothing. Okay. Like, the question of it's just a stripper. No, it's a human being.
That's a human
She's being. A woman.
She is a woman.
So for me,
I mean, maybe.
It's a no. I understand. So I feel you, girl. You're not alone. But, like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you to just break up with him or whatever. But I think you should be understanding because your feelings are 100% valid.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So that's that. Now, I'll ask a question with a question is, why be in that situation if you can't trust them?
It's not even, that's what I'm saying. It's not even about trust. It's not even about thinking if he's going to do something.
Okay.
It's just, for me, I trust you to not be around naked women.
Yeah.
To purposely put yourself in a situation where you're around naked women.
Okay. So like I have now been old enough to cross paths with 2 weddings. I've went to 1. No, actually there was 3 weddings and friends of like, yo, these are my boys, and I didn't get to go because whatever reasons happened, I didn't get to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been to 1 of them, and I wasn't even a part of the section where that would happen.
Like
so
the
where
bachelor party?
I was not a part of that. I was third string or whatever have you. Like I was a random bystander in the wedding. So if my boy was like, yo, I want you to be at this joint. This is my last hurrah. We out. This is it. We ain't doing it no more. I want to go. Like, it's not about like the strippers will be there. I don't know what he's doing. He could be going.
So for you, it's just about being there for him
with the homie. Like, this is the last hurrah because we ain't doing.
But that brings up a whole nother question. Because what is up with it's the last hurrah, your last night of being single? Because the last night of being single was the night you asked me to be your girlfriend.
Was it?
Yes.
¿Por qué?
Because if it was not the bachelor party and you go hook up with someone, it's not okay because you were single technically because we weren't married.
Okay.
You know?
That's a different.
Like,
yeah,
what is? I don't understand
story.
the mentality of like it's
That
your last night of
unravels.
being single.
Because like
the last hoorah.
I believe that is like more of a like an antiquated thought of like this is the physical, literal, mental, like I can't do nothing past this. Like it's me and Shorty. Like when you call me, you call we. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you ain't calling me no more. You calling
Yeah.
us. You calling you. She might answer the phone, my boy.
Yeah.
Like that's where I think it is, as opposed to prior to that. It was like, yeah, I might answer the phone. Yeah, I might be at her crib, but I will answer the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might be out with her, but I will answer the phone. Like it's a little different than just like we're tying the knot. This is it. We ain't. These shoes are on. This is
like
it.
you feel like now it's more like that. Like now.
What in our generation?
Yeah.
Oof.
Or like, what do you mean? I guess.
Yeah, like I think in just this instance of like I am getting married, because I don't think we get married no more in our generation. I don't think that's a thing. I think
Yeah.
we have learned like as people like we don't get married like
Yeah,
that's
I'm
more-
excited to have that marriage podcast because, or like the episode, because I'm so back and forth about that.
Where are you at? Like
I literally
where do you
switch
teeter?
all the time. Like for like the longest time, I was like, "Fuck that! Like that's stupid."
Okay, so where are you right now at this current point in time? Where are you
Right
feeling?
now, I kind of understand the value of it in terms of like as like cold as this sounds, like the benefits of it, like if they have a good job, like the health benefits or stuff like that, you know, because
Yeah.
you're a unit, and it's like if I have a job where like this can benefit you, like yeah, and if we have to be married for that, and I already plan on being with you forever, then yeah, I'm gonna help you out in whatever way.
Okay.
You know, and I kind of just, you know, there's a whole discussion about like, you know, if you're with a dude for more than 5 years and he ain't put a ring on it, like he's just your placeholder until he finds his wife.
You know, all that.
And I don't agree either because
Yeah.
it totally depends on like when you met. Like if you met in high school and
Yeah.
it's like you were 17 and it's like 5 years, that means you're 22. You're way too young still. You probably don't even have money. Like, you can't even afford to get married.
Imagine going through college trying to deal with someone.
Yeah, so like
One.
that's why I'm like it depends on like what point you're at in your life. I think if you are older and you do want to get married, then yes, you should put a time limit on it. Like if you do want to get married and like this dude is not proposing, that's you're not the one for him. Because say you both talked about it and you both want to get married, and you're both in a good position in your life where you can get married, but he's not proposing. I'm gonna be like, why are we together then? Are you waiting for your wife to come along? I'm just here for now.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, because like I've definitely kicked it with girls, and like you don't even realize years pass. You don't even notice like oh,
It
shit.
does go by fast.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
what? We like they'll be like, yo, happy anniversary. And it's like, what do you mean? We just started kicking it like 2 days ago, and it's like, no, motherfucker.
It's been 2 days.
It's been 2 years, and it's like, oh my
Oh,
god, are you
shit.
serious? No,
Yeah.
no. And now they just panicking. But like,
Yeah, I don't think like there should be like a set date of like when you should or shouldn't.
no.
But I do think like everything you need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like let it be
So-
discussed.
So circling back now, your boy expresses to you, okay? Let's say he's like, yo, my mans really want me there. He want me there at this bachelor party. Like, that's my boy. That's my ace goon. That's my brother. That's my family. He goes Vin Diesel about it. He goes full
Too
Vin
bad.
Diesel. Oh, my God. Oh, no.
No.
You're just not going to let him rock.
I'm honestly not even, like, about the whole, like, I used to fucking shit on, like, the combined bachelorette parties.
Okay.
But now I fuck with it because, like, why not? Like, it's your wedding. Yeah, like, where you go out together.
Yeah,
like, it's not the boys and the girls. It's, like, the boys and the girls together.
That's cute, too, if that's, like, yeah.
I fuck with that because it's, like, I love partying with my man. Like, why would I, like, go be separate? We're celebrating that we're going to get married. So why are we, like, going to celebrate separate? Like, it's our last...
I feel like the antiquated thought about that is like, all right, this is the last hurrah. So whatever happens, it's like Vegas rules about the bachelor party.
Yeah.
So it's like
Whatever happens in Vegas.
Yeah, like what happens in
Vegas.
bachelor party happens in bachelor party.
Except
and now
AIDS.
go forth and go marry your lady after this day.
Yeah, it's very old school, and
is.
like I just want to like say that women are not insecure or wrong for not being okay with it. Because so many times people like try to be like, you're insecure. It's just a stripper.
No, yeah.
It's a fucking naked bitch shaking her ass in my man's face. Ooh. And I am not wrong for feeling a way about it. I'm not insecure. I just think that's disrespectful. And that's beyond trusting him to not do anything at that point.
Okay. Because, yeah, I think I'm playing devil's advocate here.
No, yeah, and like say your thing. Yes, like there's people will agree with you, people will agree with me. It's all good.
Yeah. I believe it's more of just like it's more of just being there for your home. Because I've had people like literally, not even like bachelor shit. Like it was like, yo, you didn't pick up my call, my boy. Like I don't fuck with you, and it's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was depressed. Like, why did you? You didn't even know. Like, come on,
it's like a brotherhood thing.
Yeah, it's a little
like,
deeper
you gotta
than
be
just.
There for me.
It's a little bigger than just a stripper who happens to be there. It's more of like I'm there for
that.
my boy.
I get that aspect of it 100%, but I think it's like about shifting that focus to like, why does this party have to be at a strip club? Why does there have to be naked women there? Like, because there really is no equivalent to that for a woman, because me going to a male strip club is not the same thing. It's not the same thing at all. Just like corporate strip club. It's like a fucking routine. It is not the same thing.
You want to see fucking
the manager in the corner. Like, no.
And Razor just fucking chicken dick. You don't want to see that?
No, swinging their dicks around.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Like it's entertaining, but not in like the same way. Like I think strip clubs is like pure horniness. And Chippendales is just like, ha.
What is the equivalent? What would be the equivalent?
Me getting on the pole and stripping for other men.
You being, oh my.
That's for me. And like, if that doesn't sit well with you, men, then why the fuck do you think your girl should be okay with you having an ass in your face? Do you want your girl's ass in another dude's face? Because that's the only equivalent I could find.
Why? How so?
Because it's like somebody else getting you excited. So it's me getting somebody else excited. Because realistically, men aren't really sexualized the same way women are. So, like, I think that's why, like, strip clubs, like, male versus female strip clubs are not the same.
Okay.
Like, women are just sexualized all the time. Like, in everything, right? Men, not really.
We suck, yeah.
Not that, it's just...
We're not attractive.
No, like, men are attractive, but I feel like men aren't really sexualized as much. Like, in movies or, like, in anything.
Okay.
If you, like, music videos, it's always women there to be sexy. Like, it's not like girls have, like, sexy dudes, like, dancing naked. Like, it would be funny if that happened.
It would be funny.
It would be funny. It's not the same effect. It's not the same thing. So, I just... It's not the same thing to me.
Okay. So, like...
What?
No, because I'm trying to think like the equivalent. Like I'm really trying to like break it down.
There is none except for what I said.
Because like, I can't even think of one. I really can't.
It's what I said.
You might have got me there.
Checkmate
on that
on the nail.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll get more into that topic when I have the episode about wedding and wedding culture, because that shit is just a fucking game of its own.
Yeah, no, stay tuned, stay locked.
Too many things about that. So let's talk about, I have a few other topics, but I feel like time-wise, we're kind of...
Are we pushing it?
Good. I'm not pushing it, but, you know. Let's talk about this Gabrielle Union thing.
Yes.
So she just did an interview for Essence website, magazine, I guess, with, I don't know how to say her name. Brandy Victorian.
Brandy Victorian.
Yeah, Brandy Victorian.
Yeah, I feel like it's Brandy.
One of those.
Brandy. Fancy as fuck.
Victorian. Yeah. And it's basically promoting Gabrielle Union's new book titled You Got Anything Stronger. I wrote it wrong.
Okay. You got anything stronger?
It's her latest memoir. I think it's like her second one or something.
Yeah.
And just for everybody that doesn't know, she's married to Dwayne Wade, basketball player. They have kids together. Yes. And apparently, I don't know how many years back, they separated for a bit, and he fucked around and got another woman pregnant during the break. It was like a whole thing. She ended up staying with him. And it was like, obviously, like a topic. People were like, holy shit.
Before we dive deep into that, as a part of the woman culture, like, do you find that weak in women, or is that like, how do you see that as a woman thing? Like you
staying with the man.
Yeah, after things have happened, how do you
he has a kid?
The whole situation.
I'm not one to like judge and say like you're
yeah.
weak, because like I truly am a firm believer that you never fucking know until it happens to you.
Yeah.
But for me, I can never fucking take someone back if they did that to me.
Really?
Like once it's cheating, no, I'm disgusted. Oh. Like even if we're on a break and you were like texting a bitch, I'm done.
Damn, all right.
Like I've said this before, I think on Twitter or something, where I was like, even if it's been years, like there is no going back with me and an ex if you've fucked another girl, even if it's been a year, even if you talked to another girl.
Why is that?
Because I'm crazy.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. Well, I mean, maybe, but like for me, I can't get that thought out of my head. I'll never be able to get it out of my head. I'll always be like thinking about it. So especially like having a whole kid with someone, that kid is going to be obviously part of your life. You got to play stepmom now. The baby mom is going to be in the question. Yeah. You got to co-parent. You got to be healthy. And like, that's too much. And there's no reason for me to stay in something like that, you know? But I'm not going to judge someone that does, because there's always outside factors, you know?
So,
you're not weak.
Quick story. I had kicked it with this girl, and I moved away. I was like, all right, I'm going to move west, whatever, boom, boom, boom. Move west. And then, like, there was a point where we broke up in that interim, and, like, it was like a week. It was a week. And in that week...
fucked all the hoes.
Really? No. I was a pure boy. I was a nice little pure boy.
Okay.
You know, and she went back to her ex. She went and fucked the ex, and like,
just kidding.
I didn't say it, but whatever. She, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, but like, what is that? How do you explain that?
Did it make you feel a way?
It made me feel a very way. It made me feel super duper a way.
I agree. I've had that. That's happened to me before.
Oh, I'm sorry.
With like a boyfriend where like we broke up for a day and he like went and met up with his ex.
That's a day.
24 hours. 24 hours.
You have only 6 hours where you slept that. Like, what happened for the rest of them?
Yeah, so like we ended up like getting back together, and he like told me about it because he felt guilty, even though like they didn't do anything according to him. And I was so mad. I almost wish he wouldn't have told me. Yeah, but like, you know, people are like hard on we were on a break. We weren't together. Yep. Me, I'm more of the person like, if I have any hope that we're gonna get back together, I'm gonna be on my best behavior, because I don't need no shit. Like, I don't need to drag no shit back into it. Yeah. If we are broken up, it's because there's already an issue. So why am I going to go do something that's going to bring more issues if we get back together? You know?
Talk about it. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, because I felt bad for a week, but 24 hours is different. All right? That's not to rub it in, but like, geez, man.
Like, damn. Like,
yeah, because I was like,
you was waiting.
See, because I feel like, all right, I always want to ask this question. I feel like it's easier for like women to find men. Yeah. Like whatever you want. If you want to go play arcade games, or if you want to get your back blown out, I feel like it's very easy, as opposed to like me, where I gotta like really like put an Ocean's 11 scheme up to find out how to find
like,
one.
I forgot where I heard this, but it was like basically if it's like last call at a bar and like a man and a woman go on stage and like the woman is like, who wants to go home with me? It's probably gonna be like a line. Yeah. Versus if a man is people are gonna be like,
Yeah, no, man. It's like, ew.
come on.
What are you doing?
Maybe like one drunk
Are you
girl.
wearing jeans? Like, what are you doing? It's like, wait, what? My jeans?
So it's a different ball game.
It is. It is a different game.
Yeah. So like I feel like it's easier for a girl, like for your thing where it was like kind of easy. But like for me, I was like, damn, you fucking bitch.
Yeah, that's 24 hours. I would have a lot of questions to ask if I was to come back.
So like that didn't sit well with me for a while, and like I was like super upset about it.
Like,
but that's why it's like everyone's so different in like the perspective of like, well, I was single, we weren't together.
Nah, like, cause I'm not a pro ho bro. You know what I'm saying?
Pro ho bro.
Yeah, pro ho bro.
What's that?
You know what I'm saying? I'm not a pro ho bro. Like, I'm just not a dude who can just find girls on the fly.
Okay.
Like that. You know, I might be an amateur, whore enthusiast, but I'm not a pro ho bro. Like,
we love a whore enthusiast.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, like, to find a girl that fast in 24 hours, that raises some questions. I'm not gonna lie
so
to
it was
you.
an ex, and like according to him, she had hit him up. I was like, that is divine timing, homie. But okay, that slim 24 hours. She having to hit you up. Okay, you must think I'm fucking stupid.
The body is still warm. Right?
Yes, exactly. That's how I felt. But I was like, you know what?
That's fair.
Okay, now you know. I'm not gonna fucking ever fuck with that again.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So with Gabrielle Union,
Yes.
basically, so he fucked around, had a baby on her. They got back together. She took him back. This was, I'm not sure how many years ago. It's probably been like 5 years.
Something.
And she released a memoir since then where she talked about shit. But this one, she says she gets more in depth about things she wasn't ready to talk about back then.
Okay.
So she talks about now the woman that she is would not have taken him back or stayed with him. Like, if she could go back and give herself advice, she would say, you do not need to put up with this. There's no reason for you to deal with this hurt or stay in this relationship. Like, for what? And it was just kind of, people were thinking that it was a controversial statement for her, kind of saying, like, well, why don't you just leave now if you have that realization now? Mm-hmm. Or, like, why would you say this? That's embarrassing for him, blah, blah, blah. But there was actually a tweet that kind of, like, put it perfectly into perspective of like exactly what I feel. Okay. So at Keating's 6th said, I think Gabrielle Union's interview jarred a lot of y'all because we're not used to hearing honesty about healing and growth. You can look back and acknowledge you wouldn't have made the same choices you did then while still accepting those choices for what they are and what they led you to. Yeah. And I just want everyone to fucking hear that and rewind it and hear it again. Because too many people try to fucking knock growth. Or like, I feel like if you speak up about how you would have reacted differently back then, that you're fucking fake. Or it's like, well, why don't you fucking do that now? Yeah, no, you know? So I just want to put that out there for fucking everyone to hear.
It's a fact. Like, that's, I think, the problem with everything. Like, nobody wants to accept growth. Like, nobody wants to sit there and be like, you have grown. Yeah. And like, you don't know what happens behind closed doors with those two or anybody. Like, different strokes, different folks, everybody. Like, you really don't know what's happening. Like, that might be her man's. Like, that might be her soul. That might be her rock. That might just be what fits, and he fucked up. Like, people fuck up. Like, everyone fucks up at a certain point in time, and it sucks because, like, nowadays it's like you're supposed to crucify him, and you don't know what made him do that, why she took him back. You don't know any part of the story in which that should be like, yo, nah, like, it is what it is.
Yeah, or kind of how, like, what you were saying earlier, like, if you believe that everything happens for a reason, like, maybe that was meant to happen for both of you to fucking, like, buck up, get your shit together, 100%. And realize, for him to realize, like, what he could fucking lose, and for her to realize what she's not willing to put up with in order for that relationship to really thrive. I had an episode on where I had my friend and her boyfriend on who they had been through, he had cheated on her a couple times. Yeah. And she stayed with him. Okay. So it was an episode about like how to like take someone back and how to like fix the relationship after that. And like a lot of people were like, oh my God, that's crazy, blah, blah, blah. And like, I was like so fucking glad that they were willing to come on, because like that happens a lot of times, more than not. Like people fucking stay all the time. Like as much as like we like to say like you shouldn't or like I wouldn't, like it happens. So it was like really cool that they were like, they came on here and just talked about just like communication and how like it just really did make them stronger. And actually when I was like researching like questions and topics and stuff for it, there was actually studies about how sometimes couples that go through that, it makes them a lot closer and stronger. Yeah. And like it's a crazy shitty thing that happens, but like it really does make you grow, because like if that doesn't happen, like you're kind of just here and you could be over here. And it's like more of like a silver lining. It's not like you need that to happen, like, and obviously like your relationship could be good without that. Like this is not to glorify that, but it's just like looking at the positives of things and like not judging people for shit that happens and what they decide to do. Okay. Because you don't fucking know what you'll do until it happens.
You don't. You really don't. I've definitely been in situations where I was like, this ain't supposed to happen. This is not supposed to happen, but here I am in this situation, neck deep. And it's just like, well, yeah, I didn't think this was what I would do, but here I am doing it.
Have you stayed after some bullshit before?
I mean, not really. Me personally, it's not because of like anything crazy. It was just more of like, just like, that's just not, I shouldn't be here for this. Like,
yeah, because you have your boundaries.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just kind of that situation.
Would you ever stay with the girl that got pregnant by someone else?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
That wasn't a hard no.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, I don't know the situation. I don't know. Well, it's easy to say no, but then you don't know what you've built with that girl. That could be.
You're broken up for 1 week.
1 week. God damn it. No, but, like, I don't know. Yeah. It'd be super easy to be like, nah, I would never do that. I shoot that bitch. I shoot that baby. Like, it's super easy to say that. But it's like, I don't know. Like, I would love to just say no, but you don't know what you've built with that person. Like if I hit my main squeeze and like, I don't know, we broke up and then she did some dumb shit, I don't know what the situation will bring up at that point, but.
Yeah. Well, I was not expecting you to say that, because I literally feel like everyone would be like, fuck no. Because like for me, I'm like, fuck no. Yeah. Like I'm understanding of other people, but like for me, I'm like, fuck no. Yeah, no. But we really do never know.
You never know.
You never fucking know.
Never know. Wait, have you ever been in a situation where you're just like, you were adamant, you were super like certified, like, nope, and then like you were in the situation, you're like, oh, well, I guess I'll buy this candle.
Yeah, I think it's like not really about like me like before having like a thing where I was like, if I was ever in this, it'd be no. It's more about like my initial reaction first being like, fuck that. Okay. We're done. And then after like I take some time to cool off, I'm like, all right, I think we can work through this.
Oh, you little hothead. Okay, all right.
It's that Aries rising.
I guess so. It's hot. Sizzling.
Yeah, so never judge people. You never fucking know until you're in that situation. And if you're going to laugh at someone for being in a situation, be careful, because life has a funny way of humbling you. Yes. All right, so that's pretty much the episode. We have talked about a lot.
Did we? Oh, man.
We did. Was there anything else that we missed that we were just talking about?
I mean, oh, man. I feel like there was, but like
I know
it streamed so well.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, I think we got it, because it like my laptop just died, by the way, everybody.
Oh. All right.
But you probably didn't even notice.
You didn't even notice.
Because we came back in here seamless.
Because post-production is wild nice.
Yes.
That's how it goes. Yes.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I don't know. Should I call you by your artist name?
How do you feel? Oh, do you want to call me?
I was going to say Sean, but then.
Go for it, yeah.
Should I call you
Sean?
BLKGLFNKS.
Both.
That's a tongue twister.
It is. So, I mean.
What is Dready Mercury?
Dready Mercury is an alternate name.
I like that.
Yeah, right? That's a good one.
I like it. All the play on words for both of those. Is that just like a different artist?
Yeah.
Kind of thing you do different type of music under that, or what?
I mean, that's the plan. That's the goal. We'll see how it goes.
That's dope.
It's kind of brand new, so.
Okay. Well, I like the name.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and do some plugs now, so everyone can follow you. Please, everybody, go follow him. Check out all his shit. Plug all your shit.
BLKGLFNKS on Instagram. Sean Weston, if you want to see some photography shit I'm doing. Stony Slice, if you want to order yourself a nice pizza.
Yeah,
I'm out here
shout
for
out.
the friends. You know what I'm saying? What else?
What type of pizza though?
Yo, what type of pizza you want, girl? All right.
What type of pizza?
This is
THC
cannabis
pizza.
infused pizza. Okay.
Hell yeah.
We'll be at a pop-up tomorrow, Black Flea Market tomorrow. Okay.
No.
Go check that out. Go get yourself something nice.
What about anything soon next week since this is dropping?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a minute from now. I just realized that after I said tomorrow.
So this will drop Wednesday. So anything next weekend?
We got October. We're having our first official pop-up. Stony Slice. It's gonna be the first official event. It's gonna be beautiful. Check out, look it out. You know what I mean? Stony Slice at Stony Slice, STONEYSLICE. All right.
Dope.
You know that's
Eat
that.
pizza, get high.
It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be wine. It's gonna be open bar actually.
Beautiful.
It's gonna be bigger than yes.
Cool. For sure. So I'll link all that shit posted in the description if you didn't catch any of that.
Yeah.
Do you have any other socials or anything you want people to check out your music on or anything like that?
SoundCloud, BLKGLFNKS. We're working on some new shit. You know, keep your eye out. I try to post funny shit in the meantime, just so you can laugh and keep your eyes open on some shit.
Yes.
You know, if you see me in the street, say hi.
What's up? Yes. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. You can follow me at Simpin After Dark on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You can follow my personal at Ash_Friday_. Big shout out to Wild 7 Studios for hosting every single week. Go check them out on Instagram. Go follow Amigas the series on Instagram to see what else I'm up to outside of this. Go follow Nightshade Collective, my girls. And we'll see you next week with some fresh new topics and music. Shout out Doja, shout out the Libras, and shout out Spooky Season. Bye.
Bye.
Gang.
Oh.
You're listening to the Wild 7 Podcast Network. Listen different.